Hi, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to our weekly chair yoga session. So here we are. It is end of July and we're still doing online yoga. I don't have any news on when we can restart our in-person yoga classes, but I have heard that the chair at the Age Exchange Cafe is reopening again soon for takeaway food. So I'm going to double check that and make sure I'll let you know in time for the next session. I don't think they're reopening until beginning of August though, so you have a bit of time. Hold your horses, don't rush off just yet. I'm going to let you know the exact date next week. So hopefully that means it can't be too much longer for us to be able to practice in person again. But for now, it's lovely that we can practice together in some way, even if it's just in a virtual format. So make sure you sit comfortably for today's session. Comfortable chair, make sure your feet may be elevated. Make sure you have some water, a little sip there. And see if you can find a bit of calm in your busy day. So maybe closing any doors, any windows if there's noise outside. I've got my window open, which I may go and close in a bit because I'm right next door to like a primary school playground, and it seems to be break time. But for now, they're not being too crazy over there, so I might just leave the window open for a bit. So for today's session, we're going to start the usual way. Come and find a comfortable seat. Push the feet a little bit further away from your body and allow the upper body to sink back and down into your chair. Good. And then roll the shoulders up, back, and down a few times. And allow the palms to face upwards on your lap and allow the eyes to close. And I'm just going to close my windows after all because break time in the primary school seems to be getting a little bit wilder. So take a few moments moving around, allow the head to shake from side to side. Swallow a couple of times and then allow the eyes to close if you haven't done so yet. And let's take a long breath in through the nose. And a big sigh out through the mouth. Let's do that again. Long breath in. And a big sigh out. One more deep inhale. And exhale. And allow the body to rest here for a moment. Notice how you feel in your physical body and how you feel inside. Mood, feelings, emotion. Yoga, first and foremost, is a practice of self-awareness, of self-acceptance. So becoming aware of how we really feel in the body and in the mind. And if we can, without judgment. So without giving ourselves a hard time over how we feel right in this moment. Everything changes in the body, in the mind, every day. Every moment is different from the last. So let's not get too hooked or too attached about a particular feeling or sensation that you may notice right now. Instead, just noticing it with a sense of curiosity. And then take a slow breath in through the nose. And a big sigh out through the mouth. And then allow the awareness to settle in on your breath. And just begin to notice how your breath feels right now without the need to change it. Noticing a gentle rising sensation on the inhalation. And that feeling of sinking down, of settling as you exhale. Take a few more breaths, inhaling slowly. And exhale slowly. Noticing where in your body the movement begins as you inhale. And where in the body you can feel that sense of release, that softening down sensation as you finish your exhalation. Take 2 more breaths like this. And then let's begin to lengthen our breath together. Take an inhale through the nose. And out through the nose. Inhaling again. And exhale. Inhaling for 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 2, 3, 4. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4. And out. 2, 3, 4. Inhaling. Exhaling. Breathing in. And out. Inhale for 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Breathe in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Take 2 more in your own time. And at the end of that next exhalation, just let go of the count and let your breath settle at whatever rhythm feels good for you or whatever speed feels good for you right now. And then slowly bring a little wriggle into your fingers and your toes. And still with your eyes closed, begin to extend the fingertips forwards in front of you, maybe up above the head. And then take a couple of stretches, maybe rotating the arms, gently swaying from side to side. And then allow the palms to slowly rotate down into your lap. Once they reach there, gradually blink the eyes open and begin to come away from the back of your chair if you want a little bit more of an active practice today, but be very mindful of your body, how your body feels today. So finding a comfortable seat, the feet are roughly underneath the knees here, feet hip distance apart, and the shoulders sink away from the ears. Close the eyes here for a moment and let's become aware here of our pelvis. So our hips. And then imagine we are holding, our pelvis is a bowl of water that is holding water right to the brim. And on your next exhale, can you tuck your tailbone under? So imagine you're spilling a little bit of water out of the back of the bowl. And as you inhale, we're rocking forward, we're spilling a little bit of water out of the front of the bowl. I'm going to turn sideways so you can see. Exhale, as we rock back, we are lengthening the tailbone, the lower back spine rounds. And as you inhale, you rock forwards, gently pushing your belly forward, and then exhale to reverse. Take a few more like this, and then make that movement smaller and smaller. So this is a very quick and easy way to mobilize, to bring some mobility into your lower back. Feel free to close the eyes again and make that movement smaller and smaller until you feel like you're at center, at a position where your spine is neutral. There's no discomfort, you're at ease. And let's take one more inhale. And on the exhale, blink the eyes open, release the arms. Inhaling, sweep the arms up above the head, lift the heart, lift the gaze. Exhale, lower down through heart center. So starting with our movements here, breathing, flowing meditation. Inhaling to reach, lift the gaze. Exhaling, pull the palms down through heart center. Good, one more time. Inhaling to reach, and if this doesn't feel good for your shoulders, remember, this doesn't have to be a big movement. Exhale to lower down. Good. Next inhale, bring your left hand over onto your right knee and the right arm by the side of the body. And the next inhale, we're going to sweep the right fingertips high. And on the exhale, let them sink over to the side. Go as far as it feels good. I've managed to pull my back a little bit today while I was lifting my little one, Theo, who is very heavy by now. So I'm not going to do very far here now, both back stretches. So go as far as it feels good. Can you keep both sitting bones grounding evenly into the mat, into the chair? Inhaling to come back to center. Exhale, release and swap sides. So bring the right arm over to the left knee. The left arm releases by the side of the body. And as you inhale, we're going to reach high. Exhale, let it sink over the body. Good. Keeping the left sitting bone grounding into the earth. Feel like you're opening through the side body so the heart gently rotates up towards the sky. And this can be a very gentle movement. If the arm lifted doesn't feel good, just keep the arm lower down to the floor. Last inhale. Exhale, come back to center as you inhale. And on the exhale, we release. Bring the hands into the knees. Inhale, draw the chest forward, lift the heart, open into cow pose. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, rounding the spine, cat posture. So a little bit of an extension of our pelvic rocking exercise. Inhaling, drawing forward, open the heart. Exhale, tuck the chin to the chest, rounding the spine. Let's do another 2 or 3 rounds. So gently drawing forward, lifting the gaze. And then as you exhale, we're rounding slowly. Okay, take one more round in your own time. Moving the spine, mobilizing it into all directions. And then exhale, release, come back to center. Next inhale, sweep the left arm forwards and up. Wrap your thumb to the inside, bring it to the inside of the hand, and then wrap your fingers around. If this is uncomfortable for your thumb, then release it. If it feels okay, we can begin to rotate the arm out this way. Bit of movement for the joints. Change direction, go the opposite way. Good. And the next inhale, spread the fingertips wide, extending them out. Exhale, give it a squeeze. Inhaling, extend it out. Exhale, give it a squeeze. One more time, inhale. And squeeze on the exhale. Next inhale, we're going to sweep the left arm up to the sky. Exhale, let it sink behind you. Good. So let's take a couple of rounds here. Careful that I don't kick over my water. Inhale to reach. Exhale, let the arms sink back. One more time. Inhaling, reach it high. Exhaling, sink it back. And then the next time we're reaching high, maybe allow the whole arm to fall back behind you. Very mindful of this movement. Be very mindful. If it doesn't feel good, make that movement smaller. Maybe consider even leaving the arm out and just doing it with your shoulder, especially if you have any issues with your shoulder here. Good. Last time, inhale. And then exhale, release the arm. Draw the left arm onto your lap. Close the eyes for a moment. And observe with your eyes closed. There's a difference now between the side we've just moved and the side that we haven't. Maybe one side feels more awake, feels more alive, a little bit tingly, a little bit hotter. And then let's move on to the other side. So inhaling, the right arm reaches forward, bring the thumb to the inside, wrap the fingers around, and then begin to draw a couple of circles. Good, going one way. And then the other way. Next inhale, extend the fingertips wide. Exhale, give them a squeeze. Inhaling, extending wide. Exhale, give them a good squeeze. One more time, inhaling, stretch them wide. Exhale to squeeze. And on the inhale, we're going to reach the fingertips high. Exhale, let the arms swing behind you. So slow shoulder mobilization here. Inhaling to reach. Exhale, let it sink back. So today we're not going to go crazy with props. We're just going to come back to some of the movements that we've been practicing throughout that you can do by yourself as well. Let's do one more time, one more round. Inhaling to reach the arm high. And on the exhale, let the arm fall behind you, being mindful here of any discomfort in your shoulders, in your back. A bit of a stretch, a bit of tightness is absolutely okay. But we want to avoid pain. Make this your last round. Inhale. Exhale, let the arm fall back. Bring both hands into the knees. Let any heat, any sense of tingling disappear. And on the next inhale, we're going to squeeze the shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze and hold here for 3, 2, 1, and then drop the shoulders with a little sigh. Let's do that one more time. Inhaling, squeeze and hold for 3, 2, 1, and then drop them with a sigh. Give the head a little shake from side to side. Swallow a couple of times. Beautiful. And before we move down towards our legs, let's come into a forward fold so we can release into the lower back. So bring the forearms onto your knees and then allow yourself to really round here. So gently tucking the tailbone under, allowing the crown of the head to come down towards the earth. If you want to go a little bit further, I've just moved to the side. If you want to see where I'm going, we can release the fingertips down onto the floor. If you want to, and if that feels good in your body, if that's a bit too much, stay up on your knees instead. Allow the head a little shake from side to side. We're not holding any tension here. Take one more inhale. And exhale, slowly walk the arms back up the knees, coming to an upright position. And then coming back to center. Give the head a little shake over to the right and then to the left. Soften the jaw, checking that we're not holding any tension, any tightness. And then coming back to center. Bring your feet again hip distance apart if they're not there yet. We're going to begin to walk out the feet here. So just bending into the left toes, the right toes. I hope I've set up my camera so you can see my whole feet. If you can't, apologies, but you know where we're going from here. So we're just going to walk out the feet here, bringing a little bit of movement, a little bit of activity back into our calves. Good. Let's do this a couple more times. And can you notice as we are lifting and lowering our calf muscles, really pumping here, activating, maybe starting to feel a little bit hot, like they're doing a little bit of work. That's good. It's going to support our circulation. So if you're feeling really lethargic during the day, really tired, you have no energy, your feet feel heavy, this is a great little thing to do, even if you're just sitting in front of the TV. And you might feel, I think just about now, once you've done this for a little moment, lowering both heels down again, that there's almost like a natural sense of a little bit of energy rising. Good. And if you can't feel that, don't worry at all. Good. Let's stretch through the feet here. So lift onto the ball of the left foot, reaching the heel as high as you can. So I like to practice chair yoga barefoot, but if you're wearing socks or shoes, it doesn't matter. You can still do this stretch. And if it feels good for you, and we have to be very mindful and careful with this next stretch, then we can flip over the toes and allow yourself to stretch the front of the foot. This may feel great, it may feel awful. If it feels painful or uncomfortable, then of course, let it be. And swapping sides. Come onto the ball of the right foot, stretching into the heel. And then flipping over the toes if you want to. If you don't, just stretch the heels a little bit more. And then release. Beautiful. Before we're going to come into a couple of stretches for the legs, we're going to do a little bit of strength building. So this is an exercise that we haven't done for a while online together. So we're going to come into a modified chair pose on a chair. Very confusing, but it's possible. So for this, I'm going to turn sideways. Can I do this? Yes, I can do this without. So I'm going to come sideways. The important bit is that we come and shuffle forwards towards the edge of the chair. And then grabbing hold of the side of the chair. We're going to take the feet back a little bit, so the knees are overshooting the ankles a bit. And then we're going to lean forward as if we are about to stand up. So this moment when you begin to take the weight into the feet, you feel the feet activating, the thighs engaging. That's what we want. Now, this may be enough for you, either staying here if you want. On the next inhale, we're going to press the feet into the floor, lift the hips away from the floor, from the chair just a little bit. And then on the exhale to lower. That's fun, isn't it? Good. Let's do it 5 more times. If you want to, you don't have to lift the hips. So shake it all up. Ready. Inhaling to lift the hips. Exhale to lower down. Inhaling to lift the hips. Exhaling to lower down. Last 3. Inhaling, press forward. Feel free to keep the hips down. If not, lifting them slightly. Exhale to lower. Last 2. Inhale. Exhale. Last 1. And exhale. And then release and walk out the feet. Let that go. Maybe give your thighs a little stretch here, a little squeeze. And then I'm going to come back to center. Good. So this is a really nice little exercise to build strength without you actually having to get up from the chair. So you can make sure that you're always holding on to the side of the chair, the back of the chair for support for this one. Let's stretch it out. Extend the right foot out in front of you and flex the toes back towards the face. So I'm going to turn sideways so you can see me flexing the toes back towards the face and then pointing away. We're going to lift the leg in a moment, but for now we're just going to stretch it out after all that activity. Exhale to point it away. Good. Then draw the foot into the body so you can grab hold behind your thigh. Roll the shoulders back and down. And the next inhale, we're going to extend the leg out in front. Flex the toes back towards the face. And then exhale, point the toes. Inhaling to flex. Exhale to point. And notice my spine. I'm still long. I'm not sinking back, and that's taking quite a little bit of effort. So if you find you're leaning back, then pull yourself back forwards. So we're taking a couple of rotations through the ankles, going one way. See if you can find some little clicks, some pops, maybe squeeze the toes, change direction. And then hug the knee into the body. Big squeeze here. Hold it there. If you want a little bit more, we can even release the leg here for a moment, holding it just with our leg strength. And then taking a couple of little moves here, lifting and lowering for 3, 2, 1. And then release it down. Give it a good squeeze. Good. We're working a little bit of our legs today. And then moving over to the other side. Maybe for a moment noticing here if your right leg feels in any way different to your left leg. Maybe it feels a little bit more tired, a little bit hotter, a little bit more awake. And then swapping sides. And I'm going to move this water before I do kick it over, which is probably going to happen, which you know happens quite on a regular basis to one of us when we're meeting in person. So extending the left foot away from the body, flex the toes back towards the face. So I've just turned sideways so you can see me. If you're sitting on your chair, just shuffle forward to the front edge of this chair so you have enough space. Exhale to point the toes. Inhaling to flex and point. And then draw the foot up into the body. Grab hold of the thigh from behind. Draw the knee up here. Hold it for an inhale. And on the exhale, we're going to kick the heel away, flexing the toes. Notice I'm not leaning back. I'm still sitting up. Inhaling to point. Exhale to flex. Good. A few more. Inhale. Exhale. A couple more. Exhale. And then draw a couple of circles here, going one way. And then the other way. Hug the knees into the body, squeeze and hold it there. If you want to, and if you want to, we can release the hands and then hold it there and moving here for 3, 2, 1, and then release it down. Give the thigh a squeeze, you deserve it. And from here, we're going to stretch it out again, coming into a forward fold. So bring the forearms onto the knees and allow the upper body to roll forward and down. If you want to come all the way to the floor, please do so. And take a couple of moments to notice how you feel after a few moments of movement. And then slowly walk the hands back up the knees, help yourself up into a comfortable seated position. So from here, we're going to come into a wide-legged forward fold. So bringing the left leg out, further out to the left and the right leg out to the right. So a little bit wider. If it feels good for you, you can shuffle further forward on your chair if you feel stable and extend both feet out. Now you can probably not see the tops of my feet, but I'm kind of in like a V shape. If it feels okay, you can flex the toes back towards the face. Hold it here with a long spine. Bring the hands into the thighs, and then we're going to fold forward with a long spine. Make sure you're nice and stable on the floor. Maybe, to begin with, even keeping the soles of the feet down. I'm going to turn sideways again so you can see. And slowly, slowly reaching forward. Once you reach all the way down and you want a bit more, maybe then flexing the toes back towards the face. So the spine stays long, and we're folding over the legs. So we want to find a stretching sensation at the back of the extended legs. So if we're starting to round the spine, we can probably just feel the stretch at the back. And we want to stretch out our legs here. Good. Last deep breath in. Slow breath out. And then walk the hands back up the body. Draw the feet back into the center. And then let's come into a twist to let all of that, to balance all of this out. We have 3 options for this next posture. Option 1 is to take the right ankle and cross it in front of the left. This is especially a good option if you have any issues with your hips or your back. Option 2 is to bring the right knee on top of the left, checking that you still feel comfortable, there's no pain or discomfort in the hips. Or option 3, and this is a little bit more advanced and you need to be very mindful here, especially about your hips, is to come into a little figure of 4 shape. So bringing the right ankle on top of the left knee and allowing the knees to sit out to the side. So this is probably quite a strong stretch for the hips. So be careful here how that feels in your hips and your knee. If it feels okay, you can go for this option. If not, either coming into option 2 with the knee across or with the right ankle in front of the left. Good, I'm going to come for the medium option. And from here, take your left hand over onto the right knee and the right arm behind you. Inhaling, find a little bit of length in the spine, and on the exhale, we're going to begin to twist over the right shoulder. So for me, with my back being a little bit uncomfortable today, I'm not going to go very far here. For you, you may be drawing the shoulder back behind you a bit more. You may be following with the gaze. I'm going to stay reaching forward. And I will invite you to do the same, listening to your body. Good. So if you are in your figure 4 shape, it might look a little bit different. Imagining your spine like a sponge that is being wrung out in different directions. And as we exhale, we're going to release, we're going to come back to center and then uncross the feet and swap sides. So bringing the opposite ankle, so the left ankle in front of the right, the left knee on top of the right. Or option 3 is to bring the left ankle on top of the right knee. So this is again our option that also has that strong hip stretch here. So very careful on the knees and on the hips. So if this is too much, go back to any of the previous options. I'm going to go with option 2 today. Bring the right hand over onto the left knee, the left arm behind you. And the left arm behind you may either be at the back of the chair, or maybe even you wrap it behind you and see if you can grab hold of the opposite back of your chair. Lengthen the spine as you inhale, and on the exhale, we're going to use whatever traction we have against the knee to begin twisting over the left shoulder. So again, I'm not going very far here because my back is feeling a little bit under the weather today. If you feel better, then go a little bit further. If you're in the third option, maybe you'll find you can go a little bit further. Take 2 more breaths. And exhale, release, come back to center, unravel your feet, unravel your arms, bring both legs back down onto the floor, and then paddle out the feet. Give the head a little shake from side to side. And then let's begin to shuffle back on our chairs, because today's session I want to spend just a few extra moments, a little bit longer today, on a little meditation that we can do together. But first, let's stretch out through the shoulders, through the neck, allow the chin to roll down to the chest, letting the head get heavy. So moving to the side for a moment, you can see rolling forward, really allowing a little double chin to appear here. Draw the chin over towards the left shoulder. And then exhale back to center. Inhaling to the right shoulder. And exhale back to center. One more time on each side. Inhale. And exhale. Last time over towards the right shoulder. And exhale. Inhale, rolling back up to the middle. And once you're there, draw the shoulders up to the ears. Squeeze and hold for 3, 2, 1. And then drop them with a sigh. And on that exhalation, let the belly get heavy. Let the belly get soft. Let your body get heavy. Swallow a couple of times. Release the jaw. Maybe giving your head a little shake from left to right. Notice that there's no tension left in your shoulders. If there is, maybe taking another moment to stretch out the side of the neck before settling into stillness. And here, straight away, let's become aware of the breath. So becoming aware of the temperature of the air as it comes in and out of the body. As you breathe in, what does the air feel like? Is it cool? Is it warm? Is it somewhere in between? And as you exhale, what does it feel like? Notice the movement. Is it fast? Is it slow? Does your breath feel shallow? Does it feel deep? And finally, noticing the movements in the belly and the chest as you breathe. Where can you feel lifting, rising? And where can you feel a sense of softening, of easing? Let's become aware of the inhalation. So as we breathe in, body drawing air into the body as the diaphragm moves down. And as you exhale, the reverse, the belly softens and the air is being drawn back up through the body, out through the nose or the mouth. Follow that for a few more rounds. Just noticing what it feels like. As you inhale, there's a sense of refreshing, bringing fresh energy, breath into the body. And as you exhale, there's a sense of letting go. Anything that's no longer needed in the body, any staleness, leaves the body again. And then finally, notice at the end of the inhalation, before we start to exhale, that there's a short pause. A pause where we're neither breathing in nor out. It's just a microsecond in time, and it happens automatically. We don't have to force it. So once you found that pause, noticing it, without trying to change the breath, without trying to extend it, can you observe what that feels like? Observing this for another few more rounds of breath in your own time. And if you find that your mind is wandering or it gets distracted, notice the distraction and then bring the awareness back. Letting go of any focus on the breath. And instead, bring your awareness down into the sole of the right foot as we're taking a little journey through the body, gradually switching off, releasing any muscular tension that there's left. The sole of the right foot, top of the right foot, right toes, ankle, lower leg, right knee, right upper leg, and the right side of your hip. Releasing through the sole of your left foot, top of the left foot, left toes, ankle, lower leg, left knee, left upper leg, and left side of your hip. Releasing across the belly to the lower back, middle back, upper back, into the right shoulder, right upper arm, elbow, lower arm, top of the right hand, palm of the right hand, right thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Releasing the left shoulder, left upper arm, elbow, lower arm, top of the left hand, palm of the left hand, left thumb, index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Releasing across the chest, across the neck, all the way up towards the crown of the head. Softening your throat, your jaw. Release the tongue, cheeks, nose, eyes, and forehead. Allowing your whole body to be heavy, resting here. And if the mind should choose to wander, notice and then gently bring the awareness back in on your body. Slowly, without moving, become aware of your surroundings and any sounds you can hear. Begin to notice again your breath and the contact with the surface beneath you, the soles of the feet, your seat, your hands. And then invite some gentle movements through your fingers and your toes. Little wriggles, maybe making those wriggles a little bit bigger, adding a few rotations through the ankles with the wrists. And on your next inhale, stretch the fingertips up to the sky, giving your body a whole stretch, a big stretch, waking up the body, ready for a beautiful day ahead of you. And then lower the palms together in front of heart center. Find a tall spine for a moment, the thumbs in contact with your sternum. This represents our Anjali Mudra, a hand gesture that signifies kindness and compassion towards each other, but also towards ourselves. So send yourself some compassion, some kindness, and gratitude for making time in your day to practice together, honoring that, our bodies and each other, gently bowing the head towards the hands. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you very much for joining me as always every week. So as mentioned, I'm going to give you an update next week about any news that I may have from the age exchange. In the meantime, I hope you're keeping well. The fox cubs in my garden are as playful as always. They just run circles around the house. They think it's kind of a game. They have no sense of, they're not scared of us at all, which is quite fun. So we've had one of our trees in our garden. There's like a little dead tree which is overgrown with ivy, which is actually quite pretty. The birds sit on it, but it's kind of collapsed. So I think I might have to do a little bit of gardening later on today. I think it's probably fallen prey to all the squirrels that just hang out on it and use it as a little workout tool. But other than that, I can't tell you any exciting bird news. Or can I? No, unfortunately not. But I would love to hear any bird updates from your side. If you have heard the owl, the mysterious Blackheath owl, maybe it has migrated somewhere else. And I really hope you're well, and I will see you again online next week. Have a lovely afternoon. Bye bye.